Hello everyone, this is Laura from Astropositive, and I am glad to welcome you to this channel where we will discuss what the next week will bring from the 17th to the 23rd of November 2025. So this will be most likely quite an intense week, that will see quite some changes to the statu quo, to the current atmosphere, with a good number of planetary aspects, the sun changing signs, and also, of course, a new moon. First and foremost, we shall speak about the new moon that will happen on the 20th of November at 6:46 a.m. on Greenwich time at 28 degrees 11 minutes of Scorpio. So Scorpio, of course, quite an intense sign. And with Scorpio, we have an intense focus on what gets us going, okay? What we value, what we need to possess, what is the passion that is driving us to get out of bed in the morning. It's all about our deepest wishes and goals and the somewhat winding road, perhaps, that we take to get there. Scorpio can be quite a manipulative sign because it knows the depths of the human soul and it knows it too well. And here we have a laser-like focus to see behind the veil, to uncover deeply buried secrets, to understand the motives behind other people's behavior. It's also about control, self-control, control of our destiny, our passions, our temper, also our capacity to discipline ourselves and to endure under hardship. And with this new moon, it wants us to get a grip on ourselves, to get clear about our motivations, about our aims in life, to focus our energy selectively on what is most important, what is our dearest wish, and to cut down on the superfluous. It's also time to invest ourselves fully, with no holding back. Something may come as a challenge, We should be prepared to face the problem, to face our fears and do it anyway, and possibly make a sacrifice in order to make progress. We might be confronted with some ugly truths. The challenge is not to look away, to be brave and accept them. The prospect might seem daunting, but we need to willingly choose it in order to be able to go further. Well, the new moon is not alone in Scorpio, as you can see. It is conjunct Mercury. So this week, Mercury will be retrograding back into Scorpio on the 19th, right before the new moon. So some intense exchanges are to be expected. Intense communication. We're not going to beat around the bush. Matters will be faced squarely. We might discover again some secrets. We might finally be courageous enough to speak the truth. Something was perhaps left unsaid during the past month. And it needs to come out now, because the level of discomfort has reached a threshold. And with Mercury retrograde, it's time to face up some past issues. Okay, so this new moon is also, as you can see, conjunct Black Moon Lilith, while Venus is also in Scorpio. So this has to do with love relationships. The message is that we should stop sweeping the dirt under the rug. Stop pretending that we don't have those unruly desires and passions, those needs that society might frown upon. So jealousy, envy, possessiveness, all could give rise to power struggles this month. And all these issues will come a bit out of the blue, because as you can see, there is this Uranus opposition. So there will inevitably be a clash between our desire to be free and the heavy hand of fate in Scorpio that will force us on a specific path. Or maybe we will suddenly admit to a secret that weighed heavily on our heart and conscience. With Uranus in Taurus, part of our possessions might be taken away suddenly. The status quo will no longer be the same. Reality might be drastically altered, because Taurus is a material sign. It's about reality. And Uranus is always sudden change. In this context, it is better to act first and blaze our path ourselves, rather than to wait around for fate, for destiny to sort it out for us. So we should all dare to act on behalf of our dreams. This can trigger quite a lot of anxiety and trepidation, because it is Uranus we are talking about. But it also might represent a breakthrough in a stagnant situation. So if you all felt that things are not moving in any way and you are fed up with waiting, now might be the time you see some change. Luckily, as you can see, the opposition is also the axis of a kite that incorporates the water grand trine. I've been describing this last weeks. This time, the new moon, Mercury and black moon Lilith together are forming the trine together with Jupiter and Saturn, Neptune, as usual, together in a conjunction. So there is still a water grand trine at work that is stimulating and yet also keeping a lid on our emotions. Emotions are strongly felt. We are still in Scorpio, but they are kept to ourselves. And nonetheless, with the Jupiter trine, there is a sense that all will be well after all. People have good intentions and they care about their fellow humans, they care about each other. And with the Saturn-Neptune trine, we all dream big. And we might keep our feelings in check and also keep a sense of proportions because it's Saturn that we're talking about. So common sense and harmony should prevail. And if we look closely at this figure, there is a second kite there with Pluto at the apex. This one is currently dissolving because the Jupiter-Pluto opposition is separating. But it will form again with Jupiter will be direct next year. This is announcing a sort of victory, a triumph even. But before we get there, we still have to face some difficult choices. One of them will be presented to us during this new moon. So, speaking of this new moon, it will occur for each sign in a different natal house. So for Aries, it will occur in the 8th house. This will have to do with intimacy, shared property, other people's money, and it might provoke sort of a crisis because the 8th house is linked to Scorpio. For Taurus, it will occur in the 7th house of closest relationships and partners. So probably relationships with a significant other. For Gemini, it will be in the 6th house of health and routine. For Cancer, in the 5th of children, hobbies, sentimental affairs, sports, speculation, you name it. For Leo, it will be in the 4th house of home, family, roots, parents. For Virgo, it will be in the 3rd of learning, self-expression, communication, education also, and siblings. For Libra, it will be in the 2nd of income, possessions, and values, and also self-value. For Scorpio, it will be in the 1st, so it will be concerned with physical appearance, maybe health matters, and also personal initiative in any field. For Sagittarius, it will occur in the 12th of dreams, hidden goals, and maybe also self-undoing, as it is called. Matters coming up from the unconscious. For Capricorn, it will occur in the 11th of friends, project, community. For Aquarius, in the 10th of career, public image, profession, and also maybe parental issues. And for Pisces, finally, it will occur in the 9th house of higher education, spirituality, and travel. So no matter what house it will fall upon, this new moon will launch a new chapter, okay? So it will be quite a surprising new chapter with the Uranus opposition. We should all expect some radical changes in the matters, well, regarding the house that I was mentioning before. Okay, on a day-to-day basis now. On the 17th, wonderful start of the day with the Sun trine Jupiter, which is already felt on the 16th. We will all be abuzz with warmth, generosity, good luck, self-enjoyment, and yet we will also be able to keep it real. We can keep things on a steady footing because the Sun will also be trining Saturn. That will help us quite a lot not to get too carried away with high hopes and expectations and also best intentions. And we will actually be able to draw a plan that turns all these good intentions into reality. Mercury sextile Pluto will also help to see things as they are and take some enlightened decisions. We might dwell heavily on a subject and, well, some ruminations on it, but it is all for the higher good. The mood will be particularly warm and high-spirited in the morning, yet by the late evening we will get to feel the cold, insidious touch of Pluto with the moon square Pluto, which will occur late at night. And maybe we will find out that we were a bit too optimistic after all, and maybe a gloomy feeling of foreboding that we just cannot shake off, or maybe the crushing weight of a matter that we just happily neglected with the Jupiter trine will make itself felt at this time. On the 18th, we can expect an active day when we can take on more than we should, because Mars is an unwise sesqui-square to Jupiter. Venus makes the same aspect to Neptune, so some melancholy thoughts of unrequited love or some bittersweet longing will prevail, especially in the afternoon when the moon is also in hard aspect to Saturn. We might feel dissatisfied and a bit worn out, and maybe worn out with worry, given Neptune is also in the mix. On the 19th, though, there is this nice romantic aspect to Venus of the moon conjunct Venus that is welcoming us in the morning, making us look forward to a day of pleasant social interactions and good understanding, because Venus is trining the North Node. So, peace and cooperation are the keywords of the day. Romantic reunion is also possible, unexpected meetings of kindred souls, because Mercury is also opposite Uranus, and there is no shortage of surprises this day. If you are waiting for a special opportunity to confess your feelings, perhaps, now is the right time, because Mercury is also trining Neptune, and this should carry your message across in a smooth, dreamy, inspired fashion that is bound to get a favorable answer. Juno, which is ruling committed relationships, stand in square to the nodal axis, so partnerships are at a crossroad. And all is not going well at the moment on this level, so compromises need to be made. And today is perhaps the right day to reach them. The day ends on a happy note of renewed joy and that is grounded in some solid, tangible results, because the moon is trine both Jupiter and Saturn. On the 20th, we have this new moon, which is directly triggering Mercury and closely on its heels also Uranus. So it's a day of active communication, much going back and forth perhaps, much overthinking, that is leading nevertheless to surprising conclusions and maybe new, potentially brilliant plans. New cycles is poised to begin, and we are all fueled up about it. Our dreams are propelling us further, because the moon is trining Neptune and sextile Pluto. So quite an empowering aspect. On the 21st, there is a little more imbalance today, because the energy is quite electric and unpredictable, with the Sun opposite Uranus and Moon conjunct Mars. We are ready for action, but reality might play tricks on us and might thwart our plans with the opposition to Uranus. There's a strong undercurrent of rebellion and maybe a need for freedom that is running through the day. Like it or not, today we will have to deal with lots of people, because the moon is square the nodes, maybe angry ones, perhaps, with the moon conjunct Mars. It will be hard to satisfy everyone and keep everyone happy. Anyway, it's a social, animated day. We might have to discuss also some important aspects of our partnerships, in the light of our dreams and aspirations. How to collaborate and work together so that we all feel aligned with our dreams and ideals. On the 22nd, Pluto is semi-square Juno, and this might cast a shadow on our committed relationships all through the week. There is a lot of unrest regarding who we should stay committed to, perhaps, in the context of this new moon that is opposite Uranus. And today, with the moon square Saturn-Neptune, our heart won't be fully in it. We might feel a bit downcast and pessimistic. Luckily, it will be for a short time, because there is also this Mercury trine Jupiter that steps in and saves the day. This can bring an infusion of positive thinking. There are solutions, after all, that can satisfy everyone. The matter is yet not solved, because Mercury is still retrograde. So, well, we are on the right track at the moment. We will see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so, all of a sudden, the sun is stepping into Sagittarius, and things won't feel so heavy anymore. We might discover there is a whole world out there waiting for us, and surely the answer is lying over there somewhere, if only one has the guts to go and explore, and also the will to do so. On the 23rd, the Sun is sextile Pluto, and this closes the week on a powerful note. The message here is to have faith in yourself, to be confident that you can overcome any hardship by the sheer force of will and the light of your conscious mind. Okay, so on this positive note, I will leave you there and leave you to enjoy your week, and have a happy new moon, everyone. And we will meet again on the next weekend to discuss the week to follow. Bye bye.